Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Liberty Presbyterian Church. I'm Pastor John. My wife Becky had a grandmother, Grandma Ruth, who was a lifelong, die-hard, predestined Presbyterian who lived in Zelienople, Pennsylvania. Grandma Ruth belonged to Calvin Presbyterian Church for 45 years. But for the last 8 years of her life, Grandma Ruth didn't go to Calvin Church. She attended worship down the street at Second Presbyterian Church. The reason was Grandma Ruth didn't really like the new pastor at Calvin Church. There were all kinds of reasons, but most symbolically, this pastor had visited a friend of Grandma Ruth's while this friend was in the hospital, and the pastor visited wearing Bermuda shorts. In Zelienople, Pennsylvania, a Presbyterian pastor does not show his calves. This man hadn't understood the concept of dress for success. Dress for success. We all know what this means. Impressions count. People make a judgment on our insides based on our outsides. So if you want to make it to succeed, maybe it's more than the quality of your work or the amount of your effort. You need to create a look, an image. You need to dress for success. Well, on Palm Sunday, Jesus gives us a lesson in what it means to dress for success. On Palm Sunday, Jesus enters into Jerusalem, the Son of God, entering the city of God for the people of God. Imagine you were Jesus' campaign manager. What would you do to create a good reception for Jesus? Maybe send some TV ads to soften up the crowd, or send a couple disciples in to start a whispering campaign, or create a spontaneous demonstration. Maybe get an endorsement from a healed leper or two. Well, Jesus' way is much more simple. He decides not to make an entrance. He simply rides into town. Because right in the midst of the cheers and the crowds and the hubbub, Jesus appears just as he is, riding on a donkey. He's not riding on a war stallion. He's not riding on a chariot. There's no brass band. It's just Jesus, a man on his donkey with his friends. Jesus is showing us how to dress for success. You see, here was this big opportunity to make a big impression, and he just came as he was. Jesus dresses for success simply by being who he is. He doesn't cook up an act or a shtick or an image to win over Jerusalem. No, with Jesus, what you see is what you get. For Jesus, dress for success means come as you are. And that's why Palm Sunday sets Jesus apart. Jesus has no need for hype or packaging because there is an authenticity, a genuineness, an integrity about this man who is the ultimate man. On Palm Sunday, Jesus dresses for success by simply being himself. May God bless you this Palm Sunday and as you start your walk through holiness.